Welcome back, viewers. Today we will be testing the InariNB basic indicator. But before we do, if you have not watched our first video and the videos after that, you need to go do that now. At the Academy of Forex, we are building the best trading system possible as a team. And as a team, we will all profit from it when we are done. You can find a link to the first video down below. You can also find a link to sign up for TradingView down below. If you use the link below, you will save a little bit of money. You can also find a link below to join us on Discord. Discord is a free group communication platform. On our Discord server, we are having great conversations about all things regarding trading. One of the biggest struggles on this channel is people who use other platforms like MT4 being able to follow along. Sometimes it can be hard to find the indicators we are using on other platforms. And so on our Discord server, I have created a channel for indicator creation. And on that channel, I pinned links to freelancers who can code indicators for MT or for TradingView. So if you don't want to create a TradingView account, you can hire a freelancer for a really small fee and have them code an indicator for the MT platform. Or if you are on TradingView and need an indicator created, something unique or an indicator for a system you have developed, you can also have them code PineScript. So use the link for either MT4 coding or use the link for PineScript. Lastly, I get a lot of people that are asking me for the entire list of all the winning indicators that we have tested to date. And whereas I am not a big proponent of gatekeeping information, I've put a lot of time and effort into creating the content on my YouTube channel. And so I don't think it is too much to ask for the viewers to go through and view the content that I've spent a lot of time creating. Now, if you are not interested in supporting our channel by going back and watching the content that I have created, then I have developed a solution for you. I've created a Patreon account. I will put a link to it down below in the description. If you sign up for Patreon and you sign up for the $9 a month account, I will send you the full list of tested and winning indicators to date. I will also send you an updated list of the indicators that we are testing at the end of each week. Now, of course, you have to stay subscribed to the $9 monthly subscription, to continue to receive the updated list of indicators. But that way it will provide me with the support that I need to continue to provide the free content that I am putting out for everybody to view. Now, if you just love the channel in general and want to support us, then there is also a lower, I think $3 Patreon subscription that you can sign up for that will also help support the channel and keep things going, so that way I can continue to produce the content and the open information that we are creating here in this channel and in our Discord server. Again, if you have not signed up for our Discord, then you need to do that as well. It is a absolutely free platform where we have real-time ability to chat and have conversations about trading. And again, if you want to support the channel with Patreon, then you can find the link down below in the description. Alright, as I said, today we will be testing the InariNB basic indicator. But before we do, I wanted to put the indicator scoreboard up for everyone to see. So to date, we have tested 130 indicators, and out of those 130 indicators, 52 of them have been winners, which means that they have met or exceeded the 60% win-loss ratio threshold that we have set for them. The best ones so far were able to achieve a 100% win rate. Now you need to go back and watch those videos to understand the context of how they were able to achieve that. But as we are working on building the best trading system possible, you could take any one of those 52 indicators and get out there and start potentially profitably trading the markets with them now. So go back and watch those videos, make a list of those indicators, and get out there and see what you can do with them. But stick with us here as we work on maximizing your trading profits. All right, as I said, today's indicator is the InariNB basic indicator. There is a whole lot of stuff happening with this indicator. This is a TradingView member created indicator, and they based it off of someone else's indicator, and that the original developer of the indicator said that basically this is a modern day version of the Ichimoku cloud, the Ichimoku system. And so, yeah, like I said, there is a lot going on with this indicator. Very similar to the way there is a lot going on with the Ichimoku. The Ichimoku system has tons and tons of moving parts to it and all kinds of different ways in which you can trade it. The creator of this indicator really was not specific in ways that you can trade this indicator. And so I'm left to kind of dissect how to trade it. Now, I feel like the easiest thing to do is start off with the most obvious way of trading this indicator. And that is, if we scroll back here, you can see that it paints the zones of red and green. Obviously, that is the creator of this indicator telling us that that is a downtrend or downward movement in the market, and the green is obviously an uptrend or upward movement in the market. And so it would stand to reason that that would be a good place to start with going short and going long when it gives us the red background or the green background. Now, I am well aware that there is probably more to it than just that. I'm sure that there is probably, other aspects of the indicator that should be in place before a trade should be taking place. But again, without knowing the exact mindset of the creator or even the developer of the indicator, it's really hard to know what we should be doing when we have an indicator of this nature with so much going on. I mean, in general, it is really difficult to know on a very basic indicator how the creator intended it to be used, unless they specifically say, here is how here is how this indicator should be used. You go short when it does this, you go long when it does that. And so this is something that I expressed on our Discord server in the indicator creation channel. A few of the members there are plugging away creating indicators, and one of them threw an indicator out there for us to look at and test and play around with, but they didn't give much information on how we should be trading the indicator. And so this is probably the biggest struggle that I run into personally as I'm working on uh, testing an indicator or figuring out, what indicator we will be testing. So, and what I would say is for any of you listening out there who may be on the Discord server or who may, you may be interested in developing indicators for us to test here or look at. That is super awesome, and I appreciate the fact that you put that work into it. But in the publishing page of the indicator here, I would ask that you put notes as to, when a trade should be taking place, whether it's short or long or what have you. You'd be surprised at how many people create indicators and they don't give any kind of idea as to how the indicator should be used. And that's super frustrating because I've seen what could possibly be some really good indicators, but I have no clue exactly how the creator wants me to use it. And so, again, I'm left to just make assumptions on my own, and then often I'm sure that my assumptions are incorrect. So, all right, with all that being said, I'm going to go in and I'm going to make a few things. I'm going to just clean up this indicator some and make it easier to see on screen. All right, there we go. So let's do that. So there we have it. Now you see we have pretty clear defined green zones and red zones. And yeah, that is what we are going to look for. And let's see if I can actually, maybe. See if I can make this work. Nope, it did not like that. I was trying to move it, to a new pane down below, but yeah, that did not work out. Okay, so when it goes red in the background, that's a signal to go short. When it goes green, and we're looking for just the flip, we're not looking for everything in between. I have a feeling that it's not going to give that many signals, so we're just going to play it out here and see what we get out of this thing. I might even speed this up just a little bit. I said, from what I've seen looking back, historically, does not seem like it gives signals that often, or at least not these type of signals. And so, yeah, it may take a little while before we pick up even one signal. We may not even get one signal in a year. I'm not really sure. Haven't played around with it much. Hey, there we go. All right, so there's our first signal, and that one did good. So that would be a green there. Winning trade. Not too horrible. Called a pretty decent little trend there. Feel like it was a little late in it though, but again, not too bad. And it just plugs along here, and I'd say that from what I can tell, this is the biggest drawback to this specific indicator, is this exact problem right here. There's a lot of moves taking place and a lot of profit to be had that I feel like it's giving up because it's so slow to react or throw signals. Yeah, we're just plugging along here. Probably gonna end up to the end of the year without another signal. Just keeps going. And so, I mean, if an indicator is only giving us one signal a year, that's not a great thing. It's it's better than nothing, but it's not. You can't reasonably expect to earn a living if you're only taking one trade a year, and it's not even a great trade. So let's see. So we're looking for 90 pips, right? And so from there to there, we hit 90 pips. Probably either on, I think it was this candle right here, we hit 90 pips. And so we would have moved our stop to break even. At that point, we would have moved it up to this point right here. This is how we would actually trade. Come on. There we go. So we would move our stop to right there. And you see it hit take profit on that candle right there, this blue line, and then it came back down, and it would have stopped us out for the rest of the trade, break even, and then we wouldn't have got another trade for the rest of the year. And so we would have gotten one trade that got us 90 pips on half of a position, and that's it. It's not great. That's not going to make you money in the long run. I mean, it will possibly make you money, but it's going to take an eternity to make even a small return on investment. And so that's definitely the biggest issue with this indicator. And this is kind of what I was anticipating was going to happen as I just kind of scrolled back and looked at how it was how it was throwing signals in the past. And so here we are again. We have a 100% winner, but it's only one trade in a year. And so again, the likelihood of this indicator giving 100% signals from now on, and never having a losing trade, it's not going to happen. It's we test it the way we test it now on a 1 year just to get an idea, kind of a sneak peek into the ability for the ability of the indicator to perform. And I am in no way naive enough to think that this is going to hold up to 100%. Very similar to the other indicators that we have tested that have also achieved 100%. I know that over a long enough period of time, they're going to take a loss. There is just no way around it. But again, we have to hold true to what we are doing in the initial testing process. I can't, fudge the numbers and make things up, on one side and not on the other side. Like it's just not fair. It's not fair for me to it's not fair. It wouldn't be fair of me to say, we have to hold these accountable for this 1 year and then, make my own rules when an indicator only has one trade like this. But at the same time, I want people to have realistic expectations as to what is going to happen when you actually put these indicators on a long enough period of time. Not the settings, but test them over a long enough period of time. You're never going to find an indicator or a system that gives you a 100% win rate every single time. You're going to take losses. And so, but here we are on another indicator giving us 100%, but it only gave us one trade in a year. And so it's not a very realistic result of testing. But now we know that this particular indicator traded in this way is just not going to work. It doesn't give us enough signals. And so we can rule this particular indicator traded in this way we can roll it out at this point. And now, normally I don't do this with indicators just because if we took every single indicator and traded it in every single way that anybody ever could think of trading it, then we would spend forever on just a small handful of indicators, trying them every single way, every single setting, every single pair, and so on. And so, but with indicators like this, like the Ichimoku, that are so vast with so many moving parts, with so many different ways that they could be traded, and no particular way being the correct way, then it's not out of the realm of possibility to double back onto these indicators and try them out in a few different ways to see what we can achieve. So for now, it's going on the no. And so for now, it's going to go on the yes list. But yeah, we'll scrutinize it later on down the road as we move on to the other stages.
If you have not already, like this video, comment below, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell notification so that way you are notified anytime I post a new video. As part of the team, it's important that you are seeing the new videos as they come out so you know what it is that we are discussing and what indicators we are testing, have tested, and have not tested. Also, like usual, there is a link below in the description to the Discord server. You can join us on Discord so that way we can further discuss the indicators and have discussions as we move forward building our trading system. And lastly, like usual, there is a link below to TradingView. If you like what you see whenever I use TradingView and you are interested in signing up for TradingView, if you use the link below and sign up for a paid account, you will save a little bit of money. So, all right, everybody, I will see you on the